my center, and the first thing that I done is I retest of my makeup, and I'm sitting with a bit where I was stuck and with the contacts open, so it's not sitting so freaking tired. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. You are watching Beauty Diaries by Varda, and I am your host Varda Khalil, back with another fascinating vlog. So in this vlog, I'm gonna show you guys how I take notes for my junior year of high school, my college years. I've been using these note-taking methods since my freshman year of high school, and I'm currently in my junior year. Well, I'm about to start my junior year in the upcoming August. But this is how I take my notes, and I'm planning on taking my notes for the rest of my life because this method works the best for me. And obviously everyone has their own ways of working things out, so if this doesn't work for you, it's fine, but for me it works out, and maybe for a lot of other people it can also work out. So in this vlog, I'm gonna share with you guys how you can take colorful, aesthetic, magical notes. So let's get started, and along with that, I'm also giving you guys some tips for note takings, along with sharing my note taking method with you guys, my studying method with you guys, and I'm also going to be recommending you guys some YouTube channels that I use to study off that have very good lectures for you to start. So in my opinion as a student, it is not perfect, it is my way of doing things, and many people are not going to find that perfect. Okay, good. Number one, attend every class lecture. And as basic and useless as this sounds, believe me, I did not attend my freshman year of high school that much, and I studied at home. And then I went in my sophomore year a lot. And by comparing those two, I was able to get this point of view that attending class lectures is a very great way of learning concepts. Like each teacher has a different way of teaching and telling different things, and that helps you to obtain a great idea, helps clear out concepts of yourselves and any topic that you have in mind. Aside from that, if you have any confusion about the concept, like you can just clear it at the point while interacting with the teacher. And if you're an introvert like me who cannot speak at that point class, just wait until the end of the period where the teacher is leaving, catch the teacher, and then clear your concept at that moment. It is the most perfect way, believe me. Tip number two is a comfortable environment. This is something I think is essential, that if you want to study at home and you want to study perfectly, you need to have a comfortable environment where you feel that you're comfortable and you can totally focus on the concepts and the subject that you are currently trying to learn. So as an example, for me, my comfortable environment is that I like to sit in my parents' bedroom, which actually makes no sense, but I spend majority of my time here, which is weird, I know, but I do. So I sit at the left corner of the bed, and I will not sit anywhere else, like at all. I will sit at the left corner of the bed in front of the AC. I will have my table, all of my materials, which I will show you in a bit. All of my materials, and I will just work there, and that is my comfortable environment. Whenever I have study at home, I will only study at that particular location. So that is my comfortable environment. So you can have any environment in your house that's your comfortable environment. It could be your bedroom, you can have a study area, or you could do the kitchen, the floor, anything except the bathroom, obviously. Tip number three is optional, but that is having music and snacks ready in the background. Now this doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. It really works. Like for music, I have entire study playlist ready that I just play while I'm studying in the background. Not always, but in certain things, like when I'm studying Urdu or it's PST or it's math, then I will need my playlist to just help me not get irritated fast and remain calm. But obviously, don't listen to songs that have words, because then for me, my mind would just drift off with the song and I'll start vibing and forgetting that I'm studying. So I prefer to have like very calm, this vibing music going on in the background, and for that you can go on YouTube. There's like hour, 2 hour long videos of like calming music, especially for studying sessions, that I use, and it's good. I might try to link down some videos channel that has like these videos on the screen over here, so you can go check that out if you need music while studying. Number four is do not burden yourself, and that means stick to some main sources and ignore the rest. I have practically seen students, like from my own class fellows and myself as an example, that first my main goal was that I need to get as much information as possible. I would go on Wikipedia, I would check articles, read the books, get any information I can through the net, and just get anything that I could to provoke the topic. And most of the time, I would have so much on my plate, so much that I've written, that in the end, it would make me stupid fly. And one of the most easiest things to do is to select some main sources. Like for me, my main sources are Google articles, my books, the notes that IJK has provided with me, and the slides that our teacher provides us on our school groups. And I do not go anywhere else, and I do not seek any other sources. And you need to don't overburden yourself with things that are only gonna make studying harder for you. Take my notes, which some people may argue whether it's wrong, because I've heard some people say that my way of taking notes is wrong, but it works for me. So if it works for you, very good. If it doesn't, then what can I do? Find your own method. My main way of taking notes is, first of all, that I will read. I won't start writing, I won't start running. I know that this is subject, this topic, start reading. And my main sort of readings include my book, the subject book that I have, my notes. So the step one of taking my own notes is that first I will start with reading. I will read my subject book. So the notes that I use first are from IJK's own provided notes, and then I also have Sir Curacious notes. I use those as well. Those, and then sometimes some of our teachers provide us with slides on like the subject that they teach. So I will use those slides, I will read them, and if I find any points, I will highlight them, and if I find any questions or certain terminologies that I'm not familiar with or I don't know the meaning with, I will underline them with a pencil, and then I will just go to Google or AI, and I will, or ChatGPT in fact, and I will try to find their meanings and then write that down with a bracket and a pencil on the top, so I know that this is what this word means, and it was not a part of my vocabulary until now. And then I started writing my notes, and my way of writing notes is very simple. I just write the material in my own writing, because in my POV, it is easy for me to learn things of my own notes. So yeah, I'll just write those down. And my main point of view is that I will use markers, I will use sticky notes, I will make flowcharts, I will also make concept maps and diagrams. And the reasons I do all of this is because, one, writing in my own handwriting gives me like ease to read it and understand what I'm saying in code wording and learn it easily. As for diagrams and flowcharts, there is a super easy way of understanding what the text is trying to tell me. Like one view of the diagram or one review of the flowchart, I have these completely done and complete. And as for sometimes there are certain things I don't understand in class no matter how much I try. So for those things, I go to lectures. And here's a list over here of like YouTube channels that I personally take lectures of. And if anybody asks me what channel should I use for lecturing, I would recommend them these channels because they're pretty good. So be sure to check them out. 1 by 15, where you study for 1 hour, take a break for 15, then 1 hour study, break for 15, and it goes on and on. Personally, I don't find this method useful, because then my mind would just be go there, go here, go there, go here, go there, go here, and I will get annoyed and I wouldn't want to study. So I sort of, you can say, rejuvenated this method, modelized it according to my need, which is one subject 15 minutes, one subject by 15, you can say. I just forgot what I was talking. Are some pro tips that I think that you should use. Number one, vlog. Until then, bye bye. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up. You know what? You guys know the drill. So just bye. Goodbye.